Peace and love. Welcome in, y'all, to the Crystaline Mars show. I am your co-host, Mrs. Duüblé Jones. I am the lady with the stones to come here and to leave us alone. And I'm a spiritual guide to assist you in this life in any way that I can. Head over to the website, crystalinemars.com, for all of your spiritual tools, gems, jewels, and services. Don't forget to take advantage of your 15% off of the personal rituals if you want to work with this solar eclipse new moon energy that peaks in just a few hours. Head over to the website, crystalinemars.com. Also, check out the spiritual service of the week, the service sale of the week, which is the 15% off the 1 hour tarot readings. And you can book there as well. Check out your spiritual tools, gems, jewels, and all those good things. But other than that, we welcome you here to meet us here on live every night. We grow live. Today is Friday, face-to-face Friday. So if y'all would like to chop it up with Brother Logas, if you would like to receive any spiritual guidance, any spiritual clearings, this is a good night, a great night for you to really break up some energy, break through some energy so you can evolve and flow with this beautiful energy here. So let's go ahead and get into the message of the day. All right, y'all. And so the message of the day is, with great power comes great responsibility. With great power comes great responsibility. And honestly, this was a word for me. This has been a message for me, something I've been sitting with since last night. And it came back up for me like right before I started the live. And so I was like, obviously the collective can benefit from this reading as well, because it's like it was pressing on me to share with y'all. And so I want y'all to move the message around as you may, and if it doesn't resonate, that's okay as well. But last night I had a dream. First off, before I even went to sleep, I was talking to Brother Logas, and there's been a lot of shifts that has been happening behind the scenes that I just have not been making announcements about in regards to my lifestyle change and like my eating habits. Just all of these different things are like I'm shifting in the background. And last night while talking to Brother Logas, it just like dawned on me, and I was like, bro, like, what did I sign up for? I was like, what did I sign up for? And I'm like, I know as long as I'm with Brother Logas, I'm gonna have this pressure, and I'm not growing nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not letting him go nowhere unless he wants to. But I'm just like, fuck. I'm like, we're here. And I'm like, either I can continue to resist, and live a double life, a Duüblé life, where acting like I'm doing one thing, I'm doing what I know I need to do, and then in the background when nobody's around, I'm not moving with integrity, doing what I want to do, right? And so, and then it's hitting different because, it's not just about me. My children are affected by the decisions that I make or don't make. And so last night, it just really sunk in. I was like, it was like the biggest pill ever that I had to swallow. And I was like, okay, it is what it is. I signed up for it. Door open and be like, higher path, be like, okay, I did not know it would look like this. And everything's just happening so fast. But I was like, again, it is what it is. It's no turning back. I told Brother Logas, I was like, come back to earth. Like, come back to earth. Because one thing about Logas, as y'all don't know too much about him, but he's very consistent. Brother Logas is very, very, very consistent. So when his mind is made up, he's not folding unless it's for evolving purposes, where he learns something else and he's like, okay, we about to turn up a notch, like about to turn up the heat. I told y'all it's literally over 100 degrees. It has to be. I'm burning over 25 candles in this room right now. It is hot as fuck. If you can't take the heat, get the fuck out the kitchen. So you have a choice, but again, you don't at the same, like you have a choice. I'm not gonna say, but then again, you don't. But depending on what you choose, that's going to determine what you experience. And it's one of those things where it's like, once you know something and you go against the grain, you are going to feel the side effects, the consequences are going to come through quicker. Like, it's not, you're not going to be able to just get away with what you used to get away with. It's not happening like that. And so that was last night, right? I went to sleep. I had a dream that, y'all know I was in the military for 6 years, that my aunt Harmony energy, right? And I was in for 6 years, and last night I had a dream that I signed up again for the military, right? And I knew what was going to be required when I joined the military, obviously, because like I've been in before. I knew that I was going to have to, be disciplined and all of these different things in my dream, right? And so I was like, okay, cool, whatever. I signed the contract. Immediately after I signed the contract, the sergeant or whoever he was like, all right, bet. So tomorrow, because this was like afternoon-ish, it was like later in the day, right? So I thought I had a few business days to kind of enjoy before I like get shipped off, right? But he was like, all right, bet. So tomorrow, report at 7:00 a.m. sharp. And I was like, what? Literally in the dream, my heart sank. And I was like, bruh, in my mind, I'm like, tomorrow? Tomorrow? Like tomorrow. T-O-M. Tomorrow. And I was like, damn, I don't have no time to I can't sleep in one more again. I can't do what I want to do one more again, like tomorrow. And that was pretty much the dream. There were some other things that happened that doesn't really relate to this message. But when I rose, I was like, that's what my life feels like, Midori said, your life feels the same. I had no idea what I was signing up for, starting a family. Yes, and that's why I said it's going to resonate differently for some of you. For some of you, it has to do with career. For some of you, it has to do with family matters, children, spiritual path, right? Just, I don't know what you signed up for. I don't know what intentions you set. Okay? But we're here now. And when I told Brother Logas, I was like, come back to earth, babe. Like, can we slow it on down? Can we turn around? And he was like, ain't no turning back. And I'm like, huh. And so the message that I was getting today was, you can look back, but it ain't no turning back. And you can turn back again if you want to. But the moment you turn back, like I said, that karma is going to smack you in the face and remind you why you left. You going to have to turn back around. You know what I mean? And so we will adapt. We will adjust. And it's interesting because I was channeling this grief energy for, I think it was on a blast. I channeled the energy of grief because we talked about, as I've been talking about, I've been sharing the major transit with Neptune on the 30th. Neptune is closing out Pisces and it's going to be transiting into Aries. Okay. And so Neptune transits, like the moon transits every few days. Some planets transit every few weeks. Some planets transits every few months, like Mercury, right? It moves through every few months or so. And some planets transits every few years, right? Neptune in particular transits every 14 years. So the last time, so what we're closing up right now, because Pisces is the last zodiac sign, right? And so the last time that Pisces was in Aries was back in I have it here. I'm not going to sit up here and make up the date. The last time, this is what we're closing up. We're closing up a cycle that dates back to, where you at, babe? Where you at? Let me see. 1861. 1861. So this is generational stuff, bitch. I had to dig out the bitch today. 1861 was the last time Neptune was in Aries. So since 1861, every 14 years, it would transit through each zodiac sign, and we are now at the very end of that. We are now at the very end of that. So not only are we closing out this lifetime stuff, we're closing out our ancestral stuff that is in our DNA. that has been passed down to us, through us. So this is big. And so it's interesting because I was channeling that energy. I personally didn't feel that energy at the time that I was channeling it, like 3 days ago with the grief. But now it's starting to come in. I ain't really cry yet. No, I didn't cry yet. I cried about something else. But today my energy was just like, man, you know? And so that may be resonating with some of y'all. Like I said, Neptune enters Aries. The reset is going to be on, and Neptune, like I said, I didn't say it today, but I've shared it with y'all. I shared it with y'all over the past few days. But Neptune has to do with spirituality, right? We have fully developed something. Okay, fully come into, well, I won't say fully, but we have enough understanding of what is and what is not, what is healthy, what is not. And that is what we're about to be called to build on. That is what we're about to be called to, like just bring to the table. Okay. And so at this, I feel like just like wrapping up the message, like I said, with great power comes great responsibility. And a lot of us are, we're walking down different paths, but they are centered like around the same things for the most part, which is transcendence, right? Stepping into our power, right? Remembering who we are, walking in our purpose. And so with you stepping into that power, with that power comes responsibility. And in a sense, you are responsible for others, but not in a way where you have to have people at the chokehold and force anybody, because we can't make anybody do anything, right? But it's, when I say great responsibility over the people, what you do is literally going to directly impact those around you, those who come after you. So the pressure is on. The pressure is on. And that's why I said, I was like, what did I sign up for? Some of y'all gonna find that same thing. Some of y'all may not. You may be like, damn, I knew stepping into my power was going to, I was going to feel better. I was going to feel more secure within myself. But with that, my love, comes responsibility, because you just ain't no regular old schmegler. You're not. So, self-governed, sovereignty. We have to govern self. We have to govern self. Today, when I went to let my dog out the back door, there were these wasps that were meeting me at the door. And I was talking to Logas a few weeks ago, because I've been in this home. I've owned this home for 5 years now. And roaches have never been a thing. They will show up every now and then. I could count on literally like one hand how many roaches I've seen since I've been in this home. But I saw 2 of them in the house in like a month or 2 time span in the same area. They were little ones. I call them roaches. Some people call them water bugs. Bitch, where I'm from, we call them all roaches, okay? Big, small, all of them, okay? So it was like a little medium-sized one, though. And I was telling guys, I was like, And so we was talking about that and what bugs mean, right? And depending on the bug, that will definitely help you when it comes to determine like what kind of energy and things. But ultimately, the bug showing up is showing that some spirit is present, whatever spirit that is, right? And so we like dissected the cockroach spirit, and that resonated. That was around the time where I was doing a lot of rituals, and it was this one ritual for this lovely that the energy was so thick that I couldn't sleep. I had to exhaust her candle. I had to like wake up at 3 a.m. and move some stuff around. And I think that was the night I saw the roach. And so when we put the pieces together, I was like, makes sense. It's an energy leak. I got to clank down a little bit. And so with the wasps, I said all that to say, when the wasps met me today at the door, they were literally like at the door trying to come in the house. And I was like, okay. And I like, went into my bag and I'm like, what is this? What is this? And I just felt this energy and I got this message around protection, the need to protect, my energy, the energy in my home, the energy that comes through, my daughter, right, my seed, all these things. And I was like, okay, Ashe. And so closed the door, went back outside a little later to create some jewelry. The wasps were there again. And I'm like, do they have like a little hive thingy? Like, why are they around the door? And there was nothing around the door. And so I was like, okay, so this is literally just some spiritual shit right now. A message for me. So I comes in the house, maybe sometime later, I don't know. I comes upstairs and I hear bzz, bzz, bzz in this room. And I look and it's a fucking wasp. It's a wasp. Not multiple, but it's a wasp in this room. Earlier, I had the window cracked. The little, the net screen for one of our windows, it got a little hole at the bottom. It was brought to my awareness this morning. I was like, oh, Lord, like that's a little crack there. So I definitely need to make sure I close this window at night so I don't, just in case, keep us safe and things like that. And so I took note of that, but I was like, ain't nothing gonna come through. I mean, I know bugs come through, but I was like, ain't no bugs gonna come through. So I guess the wasp came through the hole, right? The leak. And so I was like, all right. So at that moment, I was like, it's me and you. I was like, it's me and you. And y'all know normally, like, black people, we kill anything. We kill bugs with anything, bitch. We kill them with perfume, damn Clorox spray, whatever we got, okay? Vinegar water, whatever is near, we're going to grab. And so I was like, all right, cool. And the way the room is set up, I'm like, bitch, I don't have the space to be trying to kill you pretty. I can't be spraying stuff on the jewelry. You know what I mean? I was like, all right, so it's me and you, bitch. So I was like, all right, cool. And so I had got my daughter to get the broom for me. I got the broom and me and that wasp went at it. And I was focused. I wasn't scared of the wasp because y'all know, especially like black women, right? We hit shit and run. We be screaming while we trying to kill the bugs and shit. I was not in that energy. I don't normally like to kill bugs. Like big fly bugs. I'd be kind of scary most times. But today I was like, bitch, I'm ready. Like you in the room and all of the rituals, I've been working y'all rituals, so I've been working with y'all shit, bitch. So it just definitely made sense why the wasp was in here out of all places. And so I got the message that I needed from that, and I started like whacking, bitch. Well, I thought I saw another one, but it was just the it was just a reflection in the mirror from the fan moving. But I started whacking because it was trying to hide in the greenery up here. So I started whacking it, bitch. Look at the little light. Y'all see the lights hanging? That's why the lights hanging. That's why you said, why? I just see a whole anime scene of you and the wasp. Bitch, we was going at it. So I was like, I was not giving a fuck. I was like whacking it, bitch. I cracked some bulbs in the midst of it. And the wasp was giving me, it was moving around. But I eventually got it. I hit it enough to where it hit the floor, but it was still like moving. And I was like, all right, cool. So I got it to get on the broom, and then I just flushed it down the toilet with intentions. And so I said all of that to say, definitely it is important that we are mindful of the energy that is present. It is important that we cleanse our home, protect our home, and things like that, because the energy is lurking. The energy is waiting for a crack. For there's a leak in this old building. Okay? So with the power comes great responsibility. So it's important that, like I talked about, we protect our mind, we protect our spirit, we protect our home, we protect our finances through different methods. Literally passwords, locking, prayers, rituals, hygiene, diet, exercise, fortitude, literally, okay? So know that with this power comes great responsibility, and there's definitely going to be a struggle in the beginning, because again, we're breaking up some major shit that didn't even start with us, but we're being called to end it. It didn't start with you, but it will end with you, or not. Okay. So you said, Tilly said, you said no monitoring spirits welcome. Nope. So, and then at the end of the day, you can't really stop a monitoring spirit from monitoring, right? Because if you think about it, like, the spirits, they're always around. They're always within. So it's not about trying to completely eliminate the monitoring spirit, but if anything, just don't let the monitoring spirit influence you negatively. Don't let the monitoring spirit possess you, and gain control and power over you. If you're going to have a monitoring spirit, let's show up on purpose, in power, and show the spirits how it's really done. Show the spirits who we really are. Some of us may have monitoring spirits online. Give them something to look at. Rise. And I'm not talking about being petty, shooting shots, subliminals, and all of that. Right? So the monitoring spirits, they're going to monitor. The whole monitor. But are you going to govern yourself? All right? Are you going to police yourself, SpongeBob? The whole monitor. So that's what we got here. Ashe. You said I'm talking about the bug that was in your room. Yes, for surely. Now that had to go, Lee, because it was in my space. It was threatening us. So, bitch, you had to go. But you could be outside in your territory, but not in mine. Ashe. So let's go ahead and get into the actual daily energy. We are running a little divine. I got a little carried away with my story time, but it's okay because we're moving as we need to. And so Aries, I might just make a YouTube video delving into this Neptune and Aries and what this is going to look like, because Neptune is going to be in Aries until 2039. But let's see. We're not talking about that right now. Let's go ahead and get into the daily energy. Where's my dang? I release control. Shit. I release control over other beings. That's it. All right, so the daily energy, y'all, let's get into it. I'm going to be covering the daily energy for tomorrow, the 29th. All right, this is the solar eclipse new moon peak. Well, it peaks at 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Central Time. But let's go ahead and get into it. I keep saying that, but I'm not quite ready. Hold on, y'all. Did the message of the day resonate with y'all? I saw y'all talking. I couldn't really. Peace, Erica. Isabel, thank you. Alyssa, hi. But yeah, I was in my bag, so I saw y'all, but I had to keep talking. Where? Okay, here we go. Daily energy. All right. So the daily energy for the 29th. All right. So we got this Aries sun, Aries moon energy on this day. Being that it is the 29th, okay, definitely we're going to need to govern our emotions, okay? Definitely, because with this grief, you may find that you're holding on, or you're trying to hold on to everything, You're trying to overindulge in everything. Like, well, this is my last, so I'm going to go out with a bang. This is my last, going to go out with a bang. You're only going to make it harder. So on this day, you may find that, past temptations, addictions, attachments to things that you are being called to release is going to rise, okay? It's the 29th. That 2 represents Cancer. That 9 represents Aries and Scorpio. And so with that 2, it's like, don't let your emotions drive you. Don't let these parasites influence you to do things that are not in alignment with who you desire to become or what you desire to experience, okay? Because with that 29, that adds up to 11, so that's King Vision. So there's definitely going to be some internal struggles for sure when it comes to you spinning a block, when it comes to you just really standing in your power in regard whatever way that's going to look like. Okay, so definitely be ready for some challenge, especially with Aries. This new moon in Aries is, yes, marking a new beginning and all of these beautiful things, but it's also going to bring some challenge for us to activate that inner warrior, that inner warrior. Okay, so also though, some of you may see things that others don't. Okay, you may have a lot of downloads. You may receive a lot of downloads, and you may just see, like, through conversation, that you have a perspective that, you know, the people around you, it's like they can't see. And so you may actually be, it might benefit you to share what you see. Don't attach yourself to what they do with what you share, but you may be called, or you may want to feel inspired to share what you see that can probably help somebody. Speaking of managing the emotions, okay, there may be some hot-headed, argumentative, tempered type energy that is present on this day. Manage yourself, Ashe. Think before taking action, so be mindful of impulsive decisions. Okay, like I said, come back to self. Is this in alignment with where I want to be? You know, if I make this purchase, what is this? What timeline am I investing in? Is this going to be more beneficial, or is going to be more constructive or destructive? Okay, so be mindful of impulsive decision on this day as well. Foresight is something that a lot of you are going to have on this day when it comes to being able to see ahead. Okay, so the colors for the day are red, orange, yellow, and black. And like I said, I did post a YouTube video expounding on this Aries new moon eclipse energy. So if you want to dig a little deeper and understand what that may look like for you, I gave some rituals and things as well on the YouTube. And also check out the blast. I did a blast a few days ago breaking down the energy for each element: earth, water, fire, and air. And y'all got your own personal reading. You can check that out on our YouTube. I did finally add the timestamps today, y'all. So the crystals for the day are red aventurine, red calcite, mahogany obsidian, mookaite jasper, and carnelian. The rituals for the day are deeply rooted in sweet life manifesto. Ashe. So y'all go ahead and spam the hearts, spam the comments with your red, orange, yellow, and black hearts, y'all. Red, orange, yellow, and black. Where is the dang? Did I find it earlier? Oh yeah, why do I keep tucking it away there? All right, so we're now going to move into tarot tea time, you and me time. If y'all do want a reading tonight, you can send your love offerings in, and I'll conduct those first come, first serve. Belle Reeve sending brown hearts. Belle Reeve, the colors was red, orange, yellow, and black. Belle Reeve. Belle Reeve. Belle Reeve on her own program. And with that, with Belle Reeve posting those brown hearts, when it comes to, I remember I saw someone's aura one time, right? And this was the first time that I saw a brown aura. And I was talking to Logas, and I was like, that guy's aura is brown. And he's like, okay, what does that mean to you? And I was like, well, I mean, the brown is connected to the earth, right? Rooted energy, you know, so maybe he's like really grounded or something like that, like rooted. And he was like, well, brown represents like dis-ease, illness, and, you know, brown is not a good sign. It's like, it's just not what you want. And I was like, oh, okay. And so with Belle Reeve, I'm not saying that your aura is brown, but I'm just channeling from those brown hearts is just have you on. Don't be stuck in what you stuck in, that you get stuck in what you stuck in. Don't be stuck in your ways. Don't be stuck in your ways. Okay? Because it will literally do more harm than help. And again, you will adjust. You will adjust. I was talking to Logas about that. He was like, I forgot what it was, but it was something that I was talking about with the food shift that we're making. And he was like, it's not about what tastes good. It's about how it makes you feel. And I was like, it's hilarious because for women, we like to feel good. You know, we like to do what makes us feel good. And in this moment, I know that these changes that we are making makes me feel good in the long run. They just don't taste good, right? I just don't really want to do it and things like that. And so there was like, I tried something new today to eat, and I had my nose snooted up to it because I was like, what is that? And when I actually ate it, it was really good. And I was like, oh, okay. So maybe this transition isn't as bad as I think. It's just literally pretty much all the things I used to eat, I'm not going to be eating anymore. Like literally. There are a few things that I will still be eating, but I'm just like, holy crap, bitch. I already wasn't eating anything. But I'm going to be eating other things. It's just going to be some things are new. A lot of things are new. And so I'm just like, okay, yeah. But I do feel like for the collective, we are going to adjust. We just have to have an open mind and remember our why. Baby Boo said, I just sent mine for Akua. Yes, I did receive. Did you want you had one question? Because for the $10 is for one yes or no. So if that was what you wanted, you could send in your question. But if you wanted a reading, that's a 6-card pull, $15 minimum. Oh my gosh, y'all, we got the 10 of Swords in reverse. Didn't I say you may look back, but ain't no turning back? This 10 of Swords in reverse is literally ain't no turning back. So with this 10 of Swords, I'm just seeing all of these crows. And so I don't know if Frida Jula is still in here. I did see your question that you asked earlier. Frida Jula said that crows have been showing up a lot. What does that mean? So crows are, like all other birds, you know, they are messengers, right? And so for me personally, when crows come through heavily, it's just to bring to our awareness like the energy that is present around us. So there could be some darker energy that's trying to creep in, right? It could be in through your mind, infiltrating your chakras. It could be energy that's being sent your way. Now, what that is for you, I can't really decipher that unless I had more information. But with these crows and this 10 of Swords, the swords represent the mind. And with the 10 of Swords upright, it's like you see her back is turned, right? And so with this just being in reverse, it's like don't allow for this crow, this darker negative energy to lead you, to turn you around, okay? Upside down. There's a shift of perspective here that needs to be had. I was talking about that too. We were talking about, I had got some lab results back from the doctor. And I told the guy, so I was like, well, everything came back negative. And he was like, what does that mean? And I was like, that's positive. Like negative means positive. And he was like, that's interesting because typically people like to run away from the negative. You know, people don't like the negative, but when it comes to test results, you want the negatives, right? And so there could be something that you may be looking at as stop complaining like it's happening to you, because it's not. All of this is happening for you. And again, with great power comes great responsibility. It was all cool when we like to tell ourselves, oh, I am a chosen one, or oh, I am an enlightened being, or I am abundant. I am all of these things, right? And it's now time for us to walk in that. And it's like, hold on, wait. Here you go trying to blend in camouflage. It's like, no, Somebody definitely needs to do better when it comes to having a more balanced. Oh. Ashay, my salad is in the fridge. Ooh. Ashay.
I welcome your supreme presence in all that is divine to enter in. You are the sacred one, and my body is a temple. Preserve me, nourish me, fill me, charge me up.
I told you we're going to eat. And we're going to eat good.
I will honor you there.
And we will adjust. Because he did something different. I ain't never had that kind of meal.
Thank you for your daily provision.
Whatever season, I don't know what he did.
Thank you for the divine.
But your ancestors like, come on.
Over me, guiding me.
Come on.
You are the
You just do your part and I got the
light that
rest.
shines in
You do your part and I got the rest. Taste test. Some of y'all getting a little sample. To my bagels. Feed me, baby. You said what y'all eating? Tell us this diet. Woo, I'm gonna let Logas tell y'all, bitch. Cause I can't even explain it. I can't. Remember yesterday he said it's diet in the word diet? Bitch, he ain't lie it, okay? He ain't lying. Woo! Sheesh, bitch. He said fruit is canceled, but then he kind of expounded on that. I said, bitch, at this point, food is canceled. At this point, food is canceled, bitch. That's why I told him, because y'all know he his North Node is Aquarius, so he is heavy in his transcendence energy right now. Like Logas is, bitch. He not here. So he's just learning so much. Learning so much. And I was like, slow the fuck down, because I don't need you to know all this right now. Shit, you say, yeah, I gotta ask because I'm big on food. I don't know if you want to ask. he said the fruit is canceled. So I said, bitch, the food is canceled, motherfucker. Shit, I'm about to be a vegetarian on this bitch, but we still eating. It's just some shit not. But let's see what we got here. Ashe. Oh, what did Blaze say? I'm gonna have to run this back. I'm not in a good space right now. Have a great night, everyone. Ashe, love you, Blaze. We got the Six of Swords. This shit came out yesterday. The Six of Swords. Yay! So what I see well, last night, I told y'all last night, couldn't even get an answer. I told her, I was complaining about some shit he said, and he said something, I don't know what he said, but I said, I'm gonna do it. I just gotta talk my shit in the meantime. And so with this Six of Swords, I'm getting like, I'm seeing your ancestors pull you, kicking and screaming, bitch. We are doing it. So whatever this is that is out of your comfort zone, you are definitely not going to be able to ignore this voice. Because remember with the Ten of Swords, I was saying like your mom may be trying to talk you out of doing certain things and turn you around with this Ten of Swords. Here goes the Six of Swords. Like, yeah, didn't I talk about the fucking ship? Didn't I say I was in the Navy for 6 years? And here go this motherfucking Six of Swords with the boat, bitch. We going. And y'all over here like, hold on, wait. Hold on. Can I get 2 more business seconds? Nope, bitch. Grab what you got and let's go. Okay? Whoa, wait. Oh, man. Let's see what we got here. We got the World in reverse. Woo! I don't know who resisting, bitch. Look, we, the collective, me. But with this World in reverse, the Six of Swords, like I said, with the ancestors, and it's reminding me of Moana too. You know, like you're going further than what your ancestors could go. Yes, literally with the Moana boat energy. She was following a path. As her ancestors told her to, but then the star burst and the path, she was like, where do I go from here? And then she had to go deep in the ocean. Meet Maui. They had to fight the storm and all the storm monster and all of these things. They went on a whole different journey than what she saw. She thought it was going to be sweet. She thought shit was going to be sweet, and she just had to follow the star. And so some of y'all, your ancestors are leading y'all. Some of y'all, your ancestors have been leading y'all. And now they're like, all right, now you go ahead and pave the way. With all that you know. And that's the thing. Y'all have the internal information, but you also have the external information. And I get that, you know, like for example, there are certain things that I don't know. There are certain things that I am not aware of. There are certain things that I have not, like certain things that I have yet to unlock, but Brother Logas has unlocked it. So it's like, so for some of y'all, you may have like some kind of teacher, somebody who may be a little ahead of you. It could be your partner, your boss. I don't know what the fuck, but they can be in a space where they have a little bit more. And so it's not necessarily about you just completely leaning into yourself, right? It's about us using the internal and the external book, the book within and the book without. And so your intuition, your body may be telling you, like with me, like, well, Duüblé, you know what you need to do. You know what you want to do on a higher level. So you have the information here. You have the guidance here. Let's go. You know? And so with this world in reverse, this is definitely, I told you that we're closing up a major cycle though. We're closing up this major karmic cycle here. And this is card number 21. The world represents, the world is the last card in the major arcana in tarot. Okay, this is the last card. This 21 is that Papa Legba energy. Remember, I was like, some of us are like, woo, what did I sign up for? Right? With great power comes responsibility. Okay. And don't get caught up and lost in these earthly things. I know it's easier said than done. But it's reminding me of, like I've shared with y'all too. You may be like, well, so-and-so could do this, or, you know, so-and-so said that this is okay, or so-and-so said that that is okay. And so you're like, well, I'm going to just subscribe to that because that is what I really want to hear anyway, or that is the path I really want to go anyway. So I'm going to do it. And it's like, you know what's up. So what's influencing you? What's influencing you negatively? What's influencing you positively? Again, you have the choice to choose. Okay, and then when those consequences start coming up, when you start feeling stagnant, when you start feeling stuck, when you start feeling sick, cloudy with a chance of meatballs, you know where that come from, right? You have nobody to blame but yourself. All right. What's this? We got the Four of Pentacles here. So don't get so caught up on what you have to lose because there's so much more to gain. You may feel like, dang, I'm losing a certain level of like freedom that I had, right? I'm losing a certain level of security or comfort that I had. But there's so much more to gain. There's so much more that you will gain. Okay? And you see how she's latching onto this purse. Remember I said, a lot of us may find that we're like, woo, I ain't quite ready. And again, you're not going to be able to ignore the voices. Some of us may literally be having like spiritual warfare in our head. You know, like, holy crap. And the mind can lie, but the body don't. So what is your body saying it needs? What is your body saying it needs? Is it hydration? Is it minerals? Is it nutrients? You know, what is that? We have the Three of Wands. Here go that ship's coming in energy. So this feels like it's a future read for some of you. For some of you, it's present. But for some of you, this is what's coming. So this is a mental preparation. It's about to turn up. Your responsibility is about to turn up. And you about to be like, woo! Heavy is the head that wear the crown. Bitch, your neck gonna get strong. I'm thinking about when I used to wear the head wraps. I used to wear the head wraps, and I used to have like the head wraps with the Erykah Badu style. And I used to have like scarves because I always had short hair when I wore them. So I used to have like donut scarves like under it to give me that illusion. And that shit started getting heavy, bitch, to where like it literally, my neck started hurting, my head started hurting because it was just heavy. But at one point it wasn't heavy, right? So that's why I stopped wearing them, because, bitch, my neck, bitch. So heavy as the head that wears the crown. Okay. So what do you need to put down so you can pick up what you need? What's this Three of Wands? What's this energy here? We about to close up collective. We got the Seven of Wands. I told you. Look at this monitoring spirit energy. Look at this monitoring spirit. This wasp energy. Literally with this Three of Wands. Remember I told you the energy is waiting to catch you slipping. Some of y'all, your temptation is going to be right in front of your face. And it could be the simplest thing. It could be your fucking bed. Right? It could be a blunt. It could be alcohol. It could be a certain food. I don't know what that's going to be. It could be a person. Right? It could be some kind of job offer. Something that just comes in that looks so luxurious, so grand. And it's a fucking distraction. And with the Seven of Wands, this is the protection energy, which is what the wasp taught me today, or reminded me of, because it wasn't a new lesson, right? So protect your energy, okay? But again, if you're constantly consuming things that are of that same vibration, it's going to be easier for you to be manipulated, influenced, or deceived. Somebody may really feel called to fast from smoking. You'll find, you may feel like, I can't stop smoking, or I can't stop so-and-so because of whatever reasons. But you may find, like, actually, I have mental clarity. Actually, I'm more focused. Actually, I feel more in alignment when I don't do this thing. So it may not be smoking for some of y'all, but I just picked up on smoking with this bubble. I just saw like a hot box type energy. So whatever this is, you may be like, I gotta do this because this is where my peace is, or this is where my comfort is, or this is what I go to. But you may find that when you don't go to that, it may be a little rocky at first, but you're like, wow, that was a crutch. I could have been walked. I could have been put down those crutches and walked. But I thought I needed the crutches because maybe at one point you did. I won't say you needed it, but it may have been a tool for you. As you recovered, as you developed, as you healed, as you understood yourself, your external reality. And it's like, okay, but then you didn't rely on a crutch to get you from A to B. Right? And so if you're not mindful, if you're not intentional, you will stay exactly where you are. I'm thinking about my grandmother right now. She had a stroke. And I think she had a stroke or two. And then she just stopped trying to walk. She stopped trying to walk. And so she then grew crippled. Until the day she transitioned, she was crippled in a wheelchair because she didn't do the necessary work to recover after her stroke. Right? She got lazy. She just didn't want to. And she went out that way. Okay? So this is like accountability, responsibility, humility, fortitude is key right now. Like it's getting thicker. It's getting more intense. It's getting more and more intense. But we got this though. And if you ever feel alone, know that you're not. Again, meet us here every night. Meet us here every night. Y'all don't understand how much support we receive energetically by just showing up and sharing this space. What we got here? We got the Temperance in reverse here. The Temperance in reverse. Okay. What's the Temperance in reverse? And also with this, it's giving like withdrawals. We got the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Yes, I love this. It's giving like definitely heavy on the govern yourself, because you may find like your mood is all over the place, or you're emotionally unstable, or you're like unfocused and all these things. Don't be pointing the finger because you mad. Oh, well, you made me do this, or you made me do that. No, you just have a lack of self-control. You're just really struggling right now. Okay? So with this Temperance in reverse and this Ten of Pentacles in reverse, give me one more. We got the Nine of Cups in reverse. Yeah. This is your path to fulfillment. Whatever this uncomfortable thing is for you, or this thing that you're just dragging, this is your path to fulfillment. This is your path to fulfillment. So either you can stay in lack, you can stay in lack, you can stay in stagnancy, you can stay in this like pessimistic energy. And some of you are like, well, I'm not in lack. I'm not in pessimistic. But it's one of them things where, like I said, you may go to certain things thinking like, oh, well, this is what I need. You may have become immune because you may have leveled up, right? You may have leveled up. You're not where you used to be. You don't feel how you used to feel. You don't think how you used to think. You may have been delivered, right? And now here you go thinking this is as good as it gets. No, it gets better. It gets better. Some of y'all are like, well, I'm fulfilled, or I'm healthy, or I feel light, or I feel... It gets better. It gets better. Okay? It gets even better than this. But it's something new, though. We got the Lovers in reverse. Gosh. The Lovers in reverse. So a lot of us, like we've declared a few times on the live, I commit to the terms and conditions, right? I am aligned with my higher path. All of these good things. And it's like, what are you going to allow to come in and influence you to just risk it all, sacrifice it all? Okay? And so there may be somebody challenging you, but there's also somebody here holding your hand as well. And I'm just seeing Brother Logas again. He's my biggest challenger, but my biggest cheerleader, and he shows me that it's possible too. Okay? So this is, we're going to close out now for the collective. You may find yourself in a very uncomfortable space, but I encourage that you seek the light. I encourage that you seek how this is happening for you or why you are here for your wellness, and let that be the thing that motivates you to forge ahead. Okay? Because your shadow may start to come in like, oh, you don't need to, oh, that's them. That ain't got nothing to do with you, right? But you at a soul level may know, hey, this person's in my life for a reason, to show me what is possible for me, to show me that I can choose different. Rather it's a spiritual leader, rather it's Duüblé, rather it's your mom. I don't know who that may be, you know? But again, you're not by yourself. So don't isolate yourself because you're uncomfortable. We got Jealous playing in the background by Cleo Soul. I told you this monitoring spirit. I told you, we talked about this yesterday. It's not jealous, it's golden child. But she's saying they're jealous because you're mine. They're jealous because of your light, essentially. But golden child, right? Talked about that. Oh, you the golden one. What that look like? But anyway, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something about isolate. Don't isolate yourself. Don't isolate yourself, because that's not gonna help you at this time. It's not gonna help you at this time. Look around, set the intentions to align with that support, and then when you see it, let's go with it. Let's go with it. Okay? And that's why I said with great power comes great responsibility, because you don't even know how your fortitude is going to literally affect the people around you. Like, people are watching. I told you, monitoring spirit. People are watching you. People are going to be inspired by you. And so it's important that you continue to move with integrity. Practice what you preach and hold yourself to a higher standard. And stop just passing with the, oh, I'm not perfect, we're not perfect, or blah, 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 excusing yourself, dragging energy on. Okay? But that's what I was saying with the jealous energy. We talked about that with the monitoring spirits. I talked about that yesterday when I was talking about the Just Hilarious with the Breakfast Club and how she went on leave and the Lovely came in and, made her see, like, bitch, you better show the fuck up. You know what I mean? She definitely put some fire up in her ass. But my point is, whatever spot you don't feel, trust me, it will be filled, right? If you are not in control of yourself, somebody gonna control you. Okay? If you don't take responsibility over your life, somebody is going to own you. Somebody gonna tell you what to do. A spirit, an entity, physical, seen, unseen, known, unknown. And the energy is lurking. Okay? So that concludes our collective reading. Let's close out with a declaration. What's the declaration of the day? We got my future looks bright. My future looks bright. Okay? Your love is your light. Radiate and shine your splendor. You have nothing to hide. Your ancestors are illuminating your path with warmth and positivity, encouraging you to embrace your true self, express your creativity, and bask in the blessings of life. Allow that inner confidence you feel to radiate outward. Hold your head high and smile. Be open to the opportunities for prosperity and love, money, and success. If you are experiencing setback, it is temporary. Beware of looming pessimism and self-doubt. You need the gift of play to get back to yourself. You are not seeing how truly blessed you are. Again, how is it happening to you? Not how is it happening for you, not to you. So y'all can either declare down below, my future looks bright, and or all things are happening for me. All things are happening for my highest good. It's happening for me, not to me. Whatever resonates with y'all. But I'm not going to go ahead and get into Lovely's personal reading because we're about to be closing out for the night. Well, I am. And I'm about to go eat. I'm about to go eat. So, Lovely, for Akua, what kind of reading would you like? I asked you earlier, not sure if you said it, but Akua, I hope I pronounced it right. Would you like general love, career? Would you like, my dear? Did the message resonate with y'all? Y'all been here the whole time rocking and leaning. We got 12, 12, 12. 333. We got 12 on Instagram, 12 on YouTube, and 12 likes on YouTube. 333. That's 9. Endings. New beginnings. Closing out cycles. Take that action. Either you can stop here or you can move forward. Ashe. Oh, you said love. This is my first time here. Am I allowed to give background on the situation? You can. You can give background on the situation if you'd like. But when it comes to the reading, you could give me some stuff right now if you'd like. But when I start pulling it, I'm just going to go. We're not going to have like a back and forth conversation unless I need clarity. But it's more so, you can let me know. You can ask for a specific question, or you can share whatever you want. It is an anonymous box down below if you don't want to have it out loud, even though this is a safe space. But yeah, it's not going to be like a conversation kind of thing because we'll be here all day. So with you sending the $15, that gets you a 6-card pull. So based off of what you need, which you said was love, I will pull the cards and channel the message. You giving me some background information could help me when it comes to delivering it more clearly, but it's not necessary. Ashe, Guafe said the message resonated for sure. Charmaine said yes it did. Ashe, I always love when you're here. It's Friday, huh? So this is when you can join us. Charmaine, she's in London. So I remember I got the honor of reading her birth chart and going through her birth chart with her the other week, and her accent was so beautiful. Because right now it's like late. It's like 4 a.m. your way or something like that. You hanging with us today, Ashe. All right, so this is gonna be a love reading for Lovely. I believe Lovely's typing in the chat right now. And don't forget, y'all, the 15% off ends. The 15% off the 1-hour tarot readings are going to end and go back full price on Sunday at 4 a.m. Eastern time. He said, hey, Charms from London. Big ups, UK. You already know. You said you had a nap before Ashe. Brown Skin said, peace. Did I miss a lot? A lot you missed. Yes, we missed you. Okay. Yeah, so run it back. I'm now closing up with personals. Okay, Baby Boo did send the chat. Okay, so basically, hold on, y'all. I'm about to read. Oh, okay. Okay, so your question, I mean, so what do you want to know? Do you want to know like how you should do, or what to do moving forward? Charmaine said, recommend a birth chart. Everyone should do one. I keep telling them. Birthchartsreadings.com, crystalinemars.com, birthchartreadings.com. Get your birth charts on crystalinemars.com. Okay, she wrote something else in there. I want to know what I should do or the vibe. Okay, I got you. So we're going to get some guidance in regards to this situation. Okay, so we have the Three of Cups in reverse. We have the Emperor upright, divine masculine energy. Yes. Yes. Yep. You got the Fool and you have the Hangman. That 12 energy. Yes. I'm going to pull first and then we're going to go. And get two more. Yep. So, lovely. In regards to the situation, the cards are saying, with this Three of Cups and the Emperor, the Three of Cups in reverse, this is done. This situation has come to a close. Okay? The situation has come to a close. It was more, I won't say it was more surface level, but there were a lot of karmic lessons that was learned. That was learned here, and even like, I won't even say healing for you. An activation for you happened. But with this Emperor, this is Aries energy, and immediately when I saw this, I saw the flame be blown out. Okay? And that's the thing about a twin flame. Think about it. The flame is a fire. Flame is fire. Okay? 1 minute it could be a fire, the next minute it could be blown out. Okay? But this energy helped you with mating with your soul. Okay? And so you have the Fool and we have the Hangman. So this is Spirit encouraging you to just give yourself permission to move on and shift your perspective and stop waiting. Okay? Move on. It's like a new path that was divinely orchestrated. Okay? You rejected, then got rejected energy. And so leave it as that. It is what it should be. It is what it should be. So don't shame yourself. Your ancestors were coming through for you to sever that tie. And then they also worked through the other being to do the same to you, to pretty much like enforce the wall that you put up. Because they knew that you was going to want to spin the block and look around, and Spirit's like, no. So it's time for you to embrace this new journey that you're on. Shift your perspective around your past. Even just like asking for clarity. Asking for clarity so you can have a higher understanding, a deeper understanding of why, what, and all of those good things. But we have the Ace of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. So it's going to be more clear in regards to like why things had to happen, what they were in your life for. But with this Eight of Pentacles, you are about to be embarking on something. It's like Spirit's about to give you, you're about to have a lot more to do. Okay? But you're definitely aligning with your purpose. I would recommend checking out the website, crystalinemars.com, and getting your birth chart reading. Because this Eight of Pentacles is the card of purpose. It's a lot on your plate. And I recommend the birth chart reading because that is the blueprint when it comes to your path to success, when it comes to inner understanding, overstanding yourself in totality, so we can know what to expect, how we can work with this energy. Okay? So, yes, it's just time for you to shift focus. But yeah, that's done ditto. I won't say that they won't ever return, but by the time that they do, you're going to literally be able to see the energy for what it is, and you're going to be good on it. That work was more so for you, not for y'all. I remind the collective of that often. Like, don't forget, we are sharing this journey with our partners, with soulmates, twin flames, different beings and entities and things like that. But this is an individual journey. Okay? So that's what I got for you, babe. Graffiti said, a love offering sent for a live clearing. Ashe. Brother Logas down there eating. So, since we're here, let's see. I'm gonna do a love donation. I'm gonna do a free read. Let me see how I want to do. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so I'm thinking of a number. Brown Skin Papa said, love, you sent in a reading? And the white don't thing. No, I didn't get anything. Oh, okay. Why you say love? Gosh. Okay, I'm thinking of a number. Okay, I'm thinking about a number 700, between 700 and 805. 700 and 805. Whoever gets the number first, I will do your reading. Between 700 and 805. Y'all drop it down below in the comments. 700 and 805. Drop your number down below. 700 and 805. 700 and 805. 803 was a good one, but that ain't it. That Brown Skin Poppin' got it first. Brown Skin Poppin', it was 777. It was 777. Oh, y'all all said it too. We got 3 people who said it. So what I'll do is I'll do what I can, but I'll start with Brown Skin Poppin'. All right, so I'm gonna do a general. Y'all can get what y'all need. It's gonna be a 3-card pull, so it's gonna be real quick and sweet. 803 would have been a good one, but you would have definitely got that for sure. That would have been a cheat code for you. I did 805 because I didn't want to say 800 because I felt like 777 would have been very obvious, but I guess it still wasn't. All right. But did you, okay, no, we're doing general. I'm about to say, but did you want love? But no, we're getting what you need. All right, so Brown Skin Poppin'. What does Brown Skin Poppin' need to know right now? Okay, we got the 4 of Swords. We got the High Priestess. We got the Page of Wands, and we have the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. So, I don't know if you're isolating yourself, but you can actually learn more from the people around you. You just got to shift your perspective. You got to dig a little deeper. Like really tap into that third eye energy and like look for yourself in the people around you. Because it does feel like this, I do feel like this hermit energy. And it's like you're stuck in a place because you're like trying to figure it out. You said yes. It's like you're trying to figure it out and you're like, oh, I'm about to block out the world. And that's not helping you. It's not helping you. Because now you're just like, okay, now what? You're trying to understand yourself, but it is through seeking these answers and then actively looking for them. That's when you can that's when it will show itself. But how can you see yourself if you're not interacting with people, if you're not allowing yourself to show up as who you are, so you can see where you are, so you can see what needs work. Okay, so I would definitely work on opening my heart. You could benefit from a contract clearing. I do feel like there are some spirits that, yes, there are definitely some spirits that are connected to you that you have called in to protect you, and they have good intentions, but they're literally blocking you. It's reminding me of when I had distanced myself from my family, my mom and my sister, because I just didn't know how to navigate navigate my emotions, express my emotions, and I didn't understand them. I felt like they didn't understand me, and so I was like, I'm just gonna back off. And Archangel Michael, I was working with him, and he was protecting me, and it was nice, but it wasn't, because again, my relationships were non-existent. And it wasn't until I really, like, I did go inward, and I did have like a few kind of like epiphanies and things like that, but it wasn't until I actually started engaging with my family where my downloads really started coming through conversations, and I actually got to practice and try to show up better and see myself and where I was. Okay, so check out the contract clearing, or you can conduct your own if you're comfortable with that, or you know what to do. But yeah, I do feel like it's some spirits that are connected to you that are keeping you in this space that's not. It's like you're in this healing loop. It's like we got to get out of that. All right. So that's you, baby boo. We got Everyday Shay. We got Everyday Shay. You said got it. Ashay. Look for you. There may be some energy coming back too. Take accountability. Look for you. And it'll watch how I do. You said I'm going to get with you. Ashay, I look forward to it. Hey, Lotus B, where you been, baby? Who we got here? So, Everyday Shay, you still here, Everyday Shay? Everyday Shay, Everyday Shay. And then we're going to close out with Charmaine. Everyday Shay. Everyday Shay, we got the Death and Rebirth. Like you, I don't know if you holding on to somebody. Yes, this could be some kind of like relationship or something like that, or I don't know if you got like a roster of people who you could call on when you want to or something like that. But there is something that you need to just go ahead and be honest about and like let it go. Let it go here. It does feel like it's giving like when you lonely at night, you, hey, what you doing, head ass type energy. Yeah. So we got the Death and Rebirth, we got the Four of Pentacles, and we got the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So whatever this is, you definitely need to allow for, and not even just allow, but it does feel like it's a shot that you need to call when it comes to severing a tie or a few, because something is not really benefiting you like you think. With this Four of Pentacles, you leave with less than what you came with. Somebody is definitely feeding off your energy, but it could be feeding your ego or feeding your loneliness. It feels like, do you get lonely at night or something like that? Like, do something, because I'm picking up on this night energy with you, where it's like, and it doesn't have to be like literally nighttime. It could be when you're in a night space, like a dark space, where you start to like, you try to escape or try to find some kind of comfort, some quick high. But like I said, you leave with less than what you came with. Okay, and it's definitely blocking you. You say, I can't sleep at night. It's definitely blocking here. It's blocking. So this could be past energy as well, that you just definitely need to do like some intentional. You could benefit from some past life regressions, some contract breaking. But there are definitely some cords that need to be severed, because this is definitely in your field and it's blocking you. It's blocking you from your blessings. It's blocking you from the abundance here, because you got the Four of Pentacles and you got the Ten of Pentacles. You said I'm in my most worst emotions at night. Yeah. So I would check out a spiritual clearing. I would check out a spiritual clearing for sure on the website. But yeah, we got to clear some stuff out. Writing a release letter. You said I'm also pregnant, so that could be why. Woo, no, I won't say, see, and this is the thing. I won't say that that's not why, but this is, with you being pregnant, that should be more of a reason why you take it more seriously when it comes to addressing this energy and clearing it out. These damn candles. Look, guys, said, why it's so damn hot here? He probably about to be in and out. I cut the AC on and everything. But then in the past, the window bringing the air, but it's hot outside. You trying to see? So yeah, so you definitely need to address this, because if you don't, it's gonna run you crazy. It's gonna run you crazy, and you're more vulnerable. You know, because when we're pregnant, like I said, you're more vulnerable. You're more in an open space, so it's important that we like double down on that energy, because if we don't, we allow it to come in and then we think that it's ours, but it's like, so all of it may not be you. All of it may not be your stuff. You say you ever going back to Patrick Henry? I need a visit. Well, I won't say never, but I mean, I don't see it anytime soon. We're just online based right now. All right, so I'm gonna close out with Miss Charmaine. And that's a message for the collective too, period. Pregnancy beyond human, you know? Pregnant with your idea, right? Pregnant with your dream reality. Pregnant with manifesting your lover, whatever. You're very vulnerable there. So like we talked about, protecting your assets, protecting your mind, protecting your spirit, you know, through ritual, through prayer, crystals, herbs, you know, the different tools around you and within you. So we're gonna close out with Miss Charmaine. Give me 3 for Miss Charmaine. We got the Justice. Your candle is, when I say like sucked up like a straw, your candle is almost done. Your Sweet Life Manifesto. I'm gonna burn your whatchamacallit, your door opener soon. But we got the Hierophant. You got the Justice. You got the Hierophant. This is so beautiful. Mega said, I'm back. How do I get a reading here? Yeah, we closed for the night, but you could send your love offering in for tomorrow. The information is down below in the description box. But we have the 7 of Pentacles. You got the Justice, you have the Hierophant, you have the 7 of Pentacles. So this is definitely this is definitely connected to higher level manifestation. I don't know what you did recently. It could have been like some kind of just aha moment, some epiphany that you had that helped you see something clearer. An investment that you made as well has definitely opened the doors here. Okay, so I do see you feeling more balanced, your money being more balanced, your life just being more balanced as a whole. And it's just like clicking. Like something's definitely it feels wholesome. What I feel right now is wholesome. You said, wow, I hope that fast burn is good. Yes, that means the energy is moving through. That means your manifestations are coming through faster and things like that too. Okay. So, yeah, this is good. This is very positive energy here. Your skills are definitely in all areas, relationship, life, money, your being. You're definitely going to feel like, okay. All right, y'all. So that's what I got for you, baby. Mega said how much it costs to ask a question. So one question, yes or no, only is $10. If you want 3 questions, yes or no, that's $20. But if you want a reading, like a 6-card pull, that's $15. And anything more, I exchange energy. But like I said, we're done for the night. We're now about to be transitioning over to the next segment. We will be back tomorrow. So if you would like, you can meet us here tomorrow. You can send your love offering in and come back tomorrow. Or come tomorrow and send your love offering. But we're done for the night. Or you can head over to the website, CrystalineMars.com, and you can book there. But we're going to go ahead. I'm going to change your music to the healing frequency because it was playing like Chinese music for you last night. And I was watching from the live like, oh, what the hell? I shall, y'all. I shall. All right. Let me turn this. And peace to our Facebook lovely, whoever you are. All right, y'all. So I'll see y'all very soon. And good night, Ashe.
Peace, family. Today's spiritual lesson is on spiritual support. Spiritual support. When we go through these spiritual transitions, everyone looks and hopes for support. Support from friends, support from family, support from some other spiritual people or in a similar direction, right? Support from coworkers, whatever, support, right? Whenever we're going into a new venture, people look for support. A lot of people tend to get upset when they're not supported in this maybe untraditional or this opposite of a journey that you're going on. You may not receive the desired support from those who are supposed to be close to you. Well, I want to convey to you, I want you to get a greater, have an understanding that when it comes to just like the traditional spiritual transitions, going into the ashes, going into the maybe veganism, going into the sages, going into the orishas, going into the natures and the rituals, the crystals, whatever, right? It's difficult for somebody to support you when they don't understand and probably don't agree, and maybe even fearful of the route that you're going down. But also understand that there are levels to this, because as you climb higher in the spiritual ranks, you will find that people at one level of spirituality, of the spiritual journey, may have supported you when you were on that base level, but then when you go to another level, even some of the spiritual people that you may have first were introduced to in the beginning may not any longer support your journey. And that is part of the process. That's part of the game. As you continue to climb, you will not have the same supporters. In fact, more than likely, you will have less support. Because there's always less people at the top. There's always less people in transition. Now, I won't necessarily say that that's a forever thing, because just like when you get to a certain level of success, eventually you'll attract everybody. You'll get support from everyone. Think about like celebrities, right? Think about billionaire CEOs. When you reach a certain level, you will get support, and it'll be from everyone, from a multitude. Same things happen spiritually. You just have to keep climbing until you reach that point. But understand, if you're going to go down this route, the level of support, we have an attachment where we want everyone around us to come with us, to support upwards with us. It's difficult when people don't understand. You have to, or it's best that you give them their grace, because otherwise you're just going to live in a world of disappointment. And that will hinder your own growth, because you'll be too consumed, too distracted by the fact that you're not being supported in the way that you would hope for. Ashe. So that's today's spiritual lesson. And now we will go ahead and move on to the next section. To these face-to-face Fridays. Looks like Graffiti already sent in his love offering. Would like to continue to his next step in his development. Peace over to the Facebookers and to the YouTubers and OGs on IG. Appreciate all the shares and subscribes and cash apps and Apple Pays and Zelles and reposts and reels and stories. Peace to Graffiti, Ashe, and to Brittany 3 times. Ashe. So, Graffiti, if you're ready, you can go ahead and jump on. I don't see anyone saying anything.
OG.
Peace.
What's going on?
What's up with you?
Man. Lord, that's all I can say. I just laugh at the fact that when especially looking back on just how I developed myself and over it was such a short time though. It feels like forever ago, but looking back, I really came so far mindset wise, spiritual wise, physically I'm feeling better too and everything. It's just all the cogs are all rotating and locking in place, you feel me? Everything's clicking as it should be.
Ashe to that. I see you in the car tonight.
Oh yeah, I really want to go back out and get on the grind more, but I just got something to eat. I'm gonna come back down to earth a little bit. Let's be realistic where I'm at right now.
Mm.
But it's funny that you would say the support so far. I'm gonna make sure my lights stay on. Funny that you would say the support of things. Oh, let me see if I can get y'all on my. Anyway, but yeah, the fact that you would bring up the support in the lessons, like spiritual support to be specific.
Mm-hmm.
I'm supported, and I really had to allow myself to just accept that I'm supported, because a lot of times I will refuse help from anywhere. I got to get it on my own. Nah, I'm supported, definitely. Virtually, and it'll show in the physical as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know and feel that you're supported. You're going to be supported, and it's gonna show up in your reality.
I would say personally, I would say the more accurate way to perceive that idea that you're going to be supported.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of it's better to understand that you are already supported.
Mm-hmm.
Because to say, okay, you are going to be supported, means that you have an idea of what that's going to look like. Like, I'm going to be supported. We're going to be supported. If you think you're going to be supported, it's going to happen. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to have an idea what that looks like. Well, what happens if that doesn't come to fruition?
Mm.
Now, what will you do? I've never
Is it
met.
like, wait, are you asking me, or is it like a something to just ponder?
It's something to think about. You can answer it if you like. If you have a.
No, I'll definitely sit on that, because it is important to understand that you already are supported, no matter what it's gonna look like. Like I said, they might have an idea what it's gonna look like. Like people, just speaking personally on me, like I'll gain the clientele. I'll have like people will be like, "Oh yeah, your art is cool. Oh, yeah, your music is you dope." Like I already know, like, people rock with me.
Mm.
So yeah, that's the I feel like the important takeaway in the message in all of this.
Right, you're already being supported. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like Big Time Ben Bay says, or is saying, I am being supported as opposed to past participle. Right, you're already being supported. Now, the next spiritual level is to look at it from a standpoint that you're already being supported, but that support um, is you want to let go of the attachment of what that support is supposed to look like or feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Right. For instance, there may not be anybody that says they like your art or your music, but the universe is still supporting you, and it's still supporting what you're doing. That support is not coming in the form that you may most wish or desire.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But the support is there. The support may be that you are, activating certain chakras, or you are opening up certain pathways, or you are, becoming closer to your higher self, or you are,
Yeah. Being
getting
able to call those support in and actually have them work with you.
right.
Yeah, I definitely resonate with that.
So
Sure.
the support is there. It's always there. It always was there. It never not was there. Everyone is being supported equally.
Mm-hmm.
Equally. Um, but we have to let go of, well, that's part of that ego, transition, that ego death.
I feel like I gotta take off my hat. Hold on. I'm not bald yet, so
Ashe.
I still got my hair growth.
Ashe. What were you looking to get done tonight?
Just a little walk for some higher wisdom. I know we're reaching the crown chakra. The voice, the third eye will still play like a major role in all of this. So as I'm moving through this space, like, just like some higher, well, I would say this, allowing for the messages to flow freely when I do call in the ability to see like higher routes for me, or okay, this is supposed to happen. Okay, you're calling in asking, we're gonna tell you do this, or we're gonna have we do that, or we need you to do this, and just be able to see and act on the messages more accurately and clearly.
You drink soda?
And you know, it's funny that you said that because I was thinking about having soda with my dinner tonight, but water it is. But I've been drinking a lot of like fruit juices, natural juices. That's really all I drink.
Sure. Okay, so okay, that's fine. So let's go ahead and close your eyes. And take a deep breath. Take another deep breath. Take a bigger, deep breath. Breathe slowly in and out. Breathe in the power of light, the power of electricity. Breathe out the toxicity. Breathe out the ailments. Do not try to see, only try to feel. Feel your body. Feel the air. Feel your skin. Feel your heart beating. Feel your hair growing. Pay attention to the smells, the aromas in the air. peel back the layers of odors. You can taste these smells. Listen to the many frequencies in the background. Whether it be the cars, whether it be the birds, the animals, the crickets, the bugs, the wind, the electronics. Just listen. The music. There's a woman walking out of the darkness. She's under a street light. You see her very plainly. She's a very beautiful woman. About your complexion. Brownish, reddish locks come down to about the shoulder. She has a charcoal black, charcoal gray type of dress on. Slim woman. Greenish, yellowish eyes. Very innocent looking. Very kind. And very sweet. Her name is Sugar. And as cute and innocent as she appears, when you start to look a little closer in her face, you can see behind her dazzling smile, there's a sense of something darker hiding. You can slightly make out a change in her teeth. They seem to be quite sharper than normal. Her mouth seems to be getting wider as her teeth start to show more. Looking very carnivorous in nature. Her eyes begin to resemble that of a reptile with the slitting of the pupils. her name is not only sugar, but she is actually just that. She is the sugar molecule. She is the being known as sugar, the spirit of sugar. And she has a contract with you. And this contract was created, of course, voluntarily between you and her. And it was created to soothe your dis-ease, to stimulate joy. But in the process, as part of the compromise, you had to give her your time and attention, keeping you from focusing and putting your energy into certain aspects of your life that require development. Where she was once a benefit to your existence, she has over time become a hindrance, a distraction. She has shown up in your home. She has shown up in your love life. She has shown up in your friendships. She has shown up in your food. She has shown up in your dreams and your movies and shows and your conversations. She has been there. And now she is shown up here. And when she looks down, she is startled to see that her feet seem to be in a puddle, a brown puddle. And that brown puddle has a certain sweet aroma. And that is because underneath her we have lit a flame. And that flame is causing her to melt. And as she slowly melts into this puddle, she tries to grab you, she tries to convince you to save her. She tries to offer you something to allow for her to stay here in your life, but as you hold her hand, you look at her in her eyes, and you let her know that it's not that I'm getting rid of you, it's that I'm renegotiating our contract. I'm finding a new position for you. And she calms down as she continues to melt away into this puddle, and She now begins to accept her fate, her transition. And now there is just a puddle. You bend down to touch this puddle of once pure, sugary goodness. And it transforms into a clear liquid. Not a water, but more of a plasma. And that plasma starts to move and make its way up your body, creating a coating, a metallic-like coating over your vessel. It feels cold at first. And then it feels relaxing. And then that plasma washes its way back down your body and it creates underneath you a silver board. And now you are hovering slightly above the ground on this board. And it is here that you now have an option. You can choose where you want to go. You can choose where you want to travel and expand your consciousness. You now have the mechanism. You now have the vehicle. The energy that was once your shackle has now become your ship. And now, as we count From 10, we sink into the board slowly. 9, 8, we're at knee level. 7, 6, we're at the hips now. 5, 4, the board is up to your shoulders. 3, 2, face level. 1, only your eyes can be seen. And now you take a deep breath. Feel yourself coming back to the three-dimensional vessel. Take another deep breath. Feel your interconnectedness with the environment around you. Take one more deep breath. And feel, hear, taste, smell. All that is your existence until you then open your eyes to see. When you are ready, you may come back to us. You may cut back on the lights, and to that we say Ashe, Asante, and Amen. Ime Kamalika. It is done.
Okay, that one took me a whole lot to come back to. But at the end, when I was coming back, I saw like my reality swirling and like my higher self just coming back to his throne, or my throne, I should say.
Ashe.
Sweet. Bro, am I the Silver Surfer? Did you just turn me into the Silver Surfer?
It would seem that way.
That's still dope. That is extra dope. I like that.
Ashe.
Hey, yeah, that's a divine way to see things. I appreciate that. That's dope. That like during this time, it was definitely needed to rewrite that contract, that whole narrative.
Yeah, it's always time. The time is always time.
That's why I say, you know what? Let me just go ahead and answer this higher calling And while this time is, while the iron is hot, let's go ahead and do this. It's clearing out.
Ashe.
I did have one question.
Yeah.
So, while we're in this golden age, what ways are going to be beneficial to, or what things can we do to help benefit navigating, to help better navigate and operate in spaces in the shadows once the golden age has ended? What do we do? I know that's like a kind of recurring theme of like what I've been asking, how I want to move and what I can do to help prepare my mind, body, spirit, reality, all of that. But can you just like go over some ways that once the golden age ends, how we should be moving and operating? What can we do to help better navigate the spaces? Or what we do end up going back to that dark period?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
It's a tough one because I think that is how to navigate once it ends. That one, I don't think I'm prepared to answer that question. I don't think that I have reached, and Vinani says, she thinks she would like to come up, Ashe.
Come on up.
As I was saying, I don't think that I am prepared, or I haven't, maybe not enough time has gone by, or maybe in combination where I have not gotten to the level of development that needs to be transformed. But I would be lying if I said I had the answer to that one. So.
Yeah,
The
because honestly,
the most mature thing I could say is the most mature answer I could say is that I don't know yet. I don't know.
Yeah, and it may not look like the same for everybody who's willing to prepare themselves properly for it. But I would say, like, as far as spiritually wise, for me, the more I think about it, the more I want to mentally prepare myself for the battle.
Sure.
And what I mean by that is just making my spirit stronger so that when the battle comes, I already know what the energy is looking like, what ways they're gonna basically like information. I see this golden age as information gathering and actually putting in like the application.
Well, I'll put it. The golden age, and I shouldn't be Nani, we didn't mean to announce you, but you announced yourself, so. But you can go ahead and jump into the queue if you're ready. The golden age, we're in the beginning parts of it. We're in the beginning parts of it. And it's not a 1 year, 2 year thing. It's in my opinion, it's probably going to be at least about 20 years. And since we're in the beginning, it's on its trajectory up. So in about probably 10 years, it's going to probably reach a peak, and then it'll start to come back down for the next 10 years. So I would say these first, at least few years, the focus is on training.
Yeah.
The focus is on training.
Resonates.
Before you start to try to game plan for the game, right? It's just like sports where I see you are NB. It's just like sports. You're in the off season.
Oh, makes sense.
You don't know what the game schedule is going to be yet. And you're like in the very beginning of the off season. So right now, it's about, when you're in the beginning of the off season, you start to prepare like, okay, how am I going to start training? What do I need to work on? What are my weaknesses? What are the things I want to strengthen? Who am I trying to become for the next season? That's the part of the cycle we're in right now. Trying to decide, how are you going to train? How are you going to get ready? How are you going to get better? Then there'll become a certain point in that training where you're like, okay. Well, then the next part is, once you figure that out, then it's okay. I gotta train. I gotta train. And about half.
Emphasis on train for me right now.
Say it again.
Like physically, emphasis on train for me.
Ashe. That's all right, NV. Whenever you're ready. So. Then you got to do the training. Then you got to push through the training, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's different sections of the training. You train for 6 weeks, you take a little break, you reassess, you train for another 6 weeks, you take a little break, you reassess. There's a process. Somewhere halfway through the training, then you're going to get the actual games, testing things, trying things before the sake of actual true activation.
Oh shoot, let me turn it back on for this last thing, and then I'm gonna share this one last thing really quick. A while ago, I asked, "Things can you do to like strengthen your God body?" And that, I just looking back on that, I resonated. So I'm like, so that whole meditation was training. All right, because at the end of it, I ended up like gaining an asset, honestly, and then just experience from it, really. And I may not understand it fully now, but I went through that meditation, and it'll all make sense in the long run when I see what that training was for.
Oh, sure.
Actually. All right, OG, thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate the live meditation. I will definitely be running this live back to get some information I may have missed and to read, and for sure just to meditate in that space.
Sure. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Peace.
Peace. All right, Envy, are you still there? Let's see if she's still there. I'm gonna hit the accept, see if you come on. Shit. Doesn't seem. Envy didn't. She must be off the live, or maybe she just didn't accept it. It's okay. I understand. It could be quite stressful doing this type of stuff in front of people. Ashe. So, if no one else is trying to get on, or no other questions, comments, or concerns, then we'll go ahead and say Ashe, Asante, and Amen. Ime Kamalika, it is done. We'll see you tomorrow for our Saturn Saturday. Ashe.